So this video is gonna be talking about homosexuality in the rap game. Okay, the '70s and 1970s there wasn't no rap, but the '80s rap came out, and it was just now getting mainstream. You know, and it was basically the rap industry was owned by white people. You know what I'm saying? Just the music industry in general was owned by white people, and white folks, man, not all of them is gonna be straight. You know what I'm saying? You might like when I worked at jobs, I had a hard time working at jobs because you know motherfuckers just was man gay, man. Like I'm like motherfuckers hitting on me, and I'm like I've even been in jail upstate, and they got white motherfuckers that's correction officers, you know, saying comments like want to blow my dick off. I'm just gonna act like I didn't hear this shit. I'm gonna act like I didn't hear this correction officer say some gay shit. You know what I'm saying? They dick riding and all that shit. So it's like me and the workforce don't get along because I'm coming across motherfuckers that sexually harassing me and all that. These are white folks. You know what I'm saying? That want to fucking suck my dick. You know what I'm saying? I'm like yuck. You know what I'm saying? I learned how to accept the motherfuckers just to get my foot in that door. You know what I'm saying? Cause I just was basically living my life as a in and out of jail type of nigga. You know what I'm saying? When I was with teenagers, so I was like, I gotta find other ways to just stay out of trouble and stay out of jail. You know what I'm saying? So I had to befriend some homosexual, just to get my foot in the door to some legal ways of making money. You know what I'm saying? Because all I know was illegal ways of making money. And they were high risk crimes. Times I would get $2,000 in 15 minutes. And, times I will blow that money and have to do it again. So it's like, I really don't know. I really wasn't comfortable about the transition to legitimate legal ways to make money. Because all my teenage years was crime and smoking weed. Smoking weed, and at that time the weed crowd was different. Once you smoke weed, that was your foot in the door to the street life. So a lot of motherfuckers my age wasn't smoking weed or smoking cigarettes because their parents didn't want them hanging around. The bad. They'll tell their kids like, I don't want you hanging around with that guy. He's bad news and shit like that. So that's how today I can even tell this video is gonna be going in all type of directions. You know what I'm saying? But it's all gonna be based on one thing. Um, it's basically about homosexualities in the work field and in homosexuals in society. You know what I'm saying? That's in high places. So the rap back in the '80s, there was like, because before then, man, the '60s, there was still a lot of racism going on. In the '70s, they didn't want to. Most of the musicians were rock, and they was letting black people like the jazz and shit like that, and the blues, R&B and shit. Then the hip hop came into effect, and it was like I said, the rap industry back in the days was white, like this, for instance, NBA, that shit's ran by white people. You know what I'm saying? White people had civil rights before blacks. You know what I'm saying? In the United States. You know what I'm saying? So it was like at one point in time in the 1940s and 50s and 60s, that was when they had something called white privilege. You know what I'm saying? If you was black, you was bad. If you was white, you was alright. That's when there was no. Black people had a hard time fighting to get their constitutional rights, and it was really mainly in like certain parts of the world, like certain parts of the United States, like in L.A. And down south. There, like some states were really like what's that shit called? All whites bathroom, all black. That was in the '60s and '70s. So we were just gradually the black people getting out of those fucked up elements. You know what I'm saying? But New York people didn't have it as bad. We didn't have that segregation like how they did in the South and in the West. Because out California, certain places, to watch riots, motherfucking cops used to come out. At that time, certain parts of the states, you black, you cannot go in this white area. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And that was the government. That's how the police and all that shit. That was a rule. You know what I'm saying? It was a fixed rule. So, like I said, the rap industry and the homosexuals, it was white people. And don't tell me, a lot of white people, a lot of motherfuckers is masculine looking, but they just genetically something is different in them, and they may have estrogen. You know what I'm saying? So that's something they're born with. So the industry at that time in the 80s were white people that was recruiting black people to, push that rap, make rap more mainstream. So at that point in time, they needed black people that had intelligence, that had real knowledge of hip hop. It started in the Bronx, but they needed like executives and shit like that had college education. And from my knowledge, I heard that Puff Daddy had college education. You know what I'm saying? So he's one of the guys that was pushing that rap shit. You know what I'm saying? He was an executive. He had Bad Boy. You know what I'm saying? And it's just gonna go talking about Puff Daddy now. You know what I'm saying? Like, he went to school, and the white people needed black people to manage the hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So at that point in time, a lot of they had black people that was homosexuals as well. And from my understanding, Puff Daddy said there was a question like, "Do you like men?" He's like, "Yeah, sometimes I do." You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "Oh, whoa. So now you confirm you like men." You know what I'm saying? You like masculine niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like a nigga a masculine nigga will get you excited. You know what I'm saying? So they asked that question. He said, "Yeah." So it was like, all right. So Puff Daddy was all along into bitches and into niggas. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, the white people had the rap industry. You know what I'm saying? So believe it or not, the Scott Storches and all them shits, those are white people. You know what I'm saying? Those are people that passed down. They inherit companies from their parents' parents. You know what I'm saying? So they had somewhere in that society is ran by the whites, and not all white people are straight. You know what I'm saying? That's straight up don't and not attracted to men. Some of them are like attracted to men. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I went upstate and they had fucking correction officers talking about they want to blow my dick off and talking about my dick, and I'm like, I'm gonna act like I didn't hear this. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get the message that I'm not feeling none of that shit you're talking. You know what I'm saying? So Puff Daddy was, into men and women, you know what I'm saying? And he had Bad Boy record label, and Little Kim was under Bad Boy, and Little Kim was fucking with a nigga named World. Then I'm just gonna talk about the Illuminati too, how Illuminati was mixed into homosexuality and shit like that. And all actuality, Illuminati is not. They actually consider people that have it's into like men, like men that like men, is they consider them having mental problems. So there's motherfuckers that can follow some of the blueprints of the Illuminati, but they're not official Illuminatis. Like Puff Daddy's not official Illuminati, even though he has knowledge about orchestrated. Illuminati's all about business. So about business principles and shit like that. And they got other concepts that that makes you Illuminati. But so Puff Daddy was more on the business side of the rap industry. So he knew about music, and so he was able to make money off that. He's one of the richest people in the hip hop. Him and Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? So Puff Daddy was he had Little Kim, and Little Kim had a boyfriend named World, and um, Wendy Williams interviewed World back in 2001, and he was talking about the Illuminati, but he didn't know. He just knew that Puff Daddy was fucking around and he's gay, but he bisexual, but he didn't know that that Puff Daddy's not an Illuminati. You know what I'm saying? He has some knowledge about business and the principles that's about Illuminati, but he's not Illuminati. And so he was bad mouthing Illuminati based on the fact that he knew that Puff Daddy was bi. You know what I'm saying? He automatically considered Puff Daddy to be Illuminati. You know what I'm saying? Puff Daddy, ran the label Bad Boys. So he pretty much got knowledge. He got understandings of the Illuminati based on the fact that he knew that P. Diddy fucked around. So that's what made everyone look at the Illuminati, some secret society that's involved in homosexual shit. That's not the case. So, and like I said, like Puff Daddy, like back in the days, Biggie was the only one in the rap industry that was talking about, wearing Versace and those type of, expensive clothes. Like real niggas in the hip hop industry wasn't wearing those top high scale clothing. The only one that was doing that was Biggie, and that was to make up for his unattractive looks. But guess who was managing Biggie? You know what I'm saying? Puffy. So, and motherfuckers didn't know about Versace being homosexual until he got killed. And motherfuckers was wondering why he got killed. He got killed by, so it was some gay shit going on. So motherfuckers didn't know that much about Versace being some gay clothesline designer. You know what I'm saying? So motherfuckers was jacking Versace. You know what I'm saying? But I know Puff Daddy knew about it. Puff Daddy knew that Versace was probably gay. But that was that secret shit going on. You know what I'm saying? But the mass majority didn't know about it until he died. So that was why people thought the Illuminati was involved in homosexual shit. You know what I'm saying? That's not the case. So so Biggie was promoting Versace. And Versace is one of those, like, Versace, what's like Givenchy was Versace back in those days. So at a certain point in time, niggas in the hip hop wasn't wearing fucking upscale clothing, because that shit was considered for gay people. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not into buying no expensive clothes, because I consider that to be kind of like flamboyant. So I say that to say a lot of the understanding of Illuminati was based on Puff Daddy and the hip hop industry, and why motherfuckers thought the Illuminati was gay, because they didn't know who was who. Who didn't know who was Illuminati, and they thought Puff Daddy was. And they seen people behind the scenes knew Puff Daddy as a big shot in the hip hop industry. You know what I'm saying? Because he had a lot of knowledge. He went to college. But yeah, that's it, man.